The roguelite genre is one of the more challenging and rewarding gaming genres out there in my opinion. I've taken to it a lot over the past few years, so I wanted to make a list of some of my favorites. Roguelites are games that force you to start from the beginning when you fail a level, being able to carry over one or more items with you into the next cycle, as opposed to roguelikes, which don't let you carry over anything. These are our top 5 roguelite games in no particular order. They're all good in their own way, so I didn't want to compare them. Let's do it. First up is Inscription. Inscription is an interesting game that's a mix of roguelite, escape room, and a card game. Geez, save some genres for the rest of us. Its horror elements keep you on the edge of your seat, and the game mechanics are ever evolving, keeping you on the edge of your toes? This horror mechanic duo makes it hard to put down and harder to look away.
Finding our own answers.
Next is Returnal. I touched on this game during our best space games of all time list, but I'll talk a bit more about my experience with this game now that I've finished it. I really loved this game. The atmosphere created by the style, the music, the sound effects, the DualSense controller combined to create a truly immersive experience. I found myself constantly tight-chested throughout, and yet always wanting to come back for more. I would have to take breaks to relax, and yet be sitting there at work the next day thinking about how I'd approach my next run. Its procedurally generated world keeps things fresh, and they drip feed you story as you progress. It's an experience I'll never forget, and I highly recommend it if you're on PS5 or PC.
Let's deal some death.
Next up is Hades. Hades took the gaming world by storm when it was released in 2020, winning multiple Game of the Year awards and just seemed to be loved by pretty much everyone. I was a tad late to this party playing it in 2021, and man, what a fun ride. I instantly fell in love with the art style, the music, the writing, and in turn the characters. It has a decent amount of weapon choices to keep things fresh, unlocking different rewards and abilities as you progress. And similar to Returnal, each run-through has randomized levels divided into rooms, so you never quite know what you're going to get. NoClip have done a terrific docuseries on the development of this game, which I highly recommend. The penultimate pick for this list is Cult of the Lamb. Another hit that seemingly came out of nowhere, Cult of the Lamb is an action roguelite with terrific writing and a dark premise. You play as a cult leader gathering new recruits and creating a home for them to live, all to free your dark overlord, the One Who Waits. Although the premise is dark, it keeps a comedic light tone throughout, compounded by the pure ridiculousness of the concept. I mean, you can make your followers eat a bowl of poop if you want. And lastly, it's Sifu. I had a blast playing Sifu. It has a beautiful art style and satisfying combat mechanics. It's not for the faint of heart though. It's a difficult game which takes some time to get into, but trust me, it's worth the learning curve. I went from barely making it past the first boss and not being able to comprehend getting good enough to make it through the whole game, to replaying the first level after I finished it and wondering how it ever gave me trouble. Each level brings its own unique feel and color palette. Defeating bosses felt all the more rewarding, knowing I now get to experience a new level and get frustrated all over again. If you haven't played Sifu yet, I highly recommend you pick it up. And that's all for now. Don't forget to hit that blue like button if you liked the video and subscribe for regular content. What's your favorite roguelite? Let us know in the comments. And as always, for more info about gamification, head to gamify.com. See ya!